Welcome, 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 welcome. It is nippy and cold in California. It definitely is. All is well, all is well. Hopefully the volume is not too loud. I'm going to adjust that. I have a feeling like it's getting everything. Let's see. See how that goes. All right. So I'm going to pull some spreads for you and see what messages come out. All I ask of you is that you do not force any channeled messages. Keep in mind that this is a general session. It's not a personal. Okay. All inquiries, email spiritualguideandlight@gmail.com. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can be a part of the success and growth of the channel. Thank you. For those of you who are subscribed and you're returning, welcome back. May you find the clarity, confirmation, and understanding that you seek or need at this time. Let's see. For my readers, you guys know how time consuming it is to make sure your decks are all upright. It is consuming. Sometimes it's like, oh, I don't feel like doing this, but we have to. It's part of the process. The reading would not be accurate. Sometimes, depending on the situation, if it's a ongoing collective reading, the deck does not have to be reset. If you are a reader, just know that you create your rules as you go on your journey as being a reader. Let's see. Let's see. Again, all is well, all is well. It is very nippy in California. It's cold. Very cold. I have my little heater on and I'm going to cut it off because it's getting hot. All right. What messages do we have for the collective earth, air, fire, and water signs? Okay. Let me go ahead and start with this deck and see what's going on. Just know that you're alluring. That's what I'm seeing here. Alluring. Don't doubt how alluring you are. Let's see what alluring is, because that's what I'm seeing. Alluring. Alluring, powerful, and mysteriously attractive and fascinating and seductive. Nice. All right. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. Allow this reading to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding for the collective earth, air, fire, and water signs. Thank you. What messages do you have for the collective at this time? Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, welcome and welcome back. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, welcome and welcome back. Air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, welcome and welcome back. Fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, welcome and welcome back. Thank you. There's a lot of timing here. All right, this is something about the truth. What is this? Whatever this is, it's a no. You have 8 coming in reverse. You have trusting in reverse and copy in reverse. Someone doesn't comprehend something. Okay. And the fact that 8 is in reverse, it's not as above as below. This is some type of like, this is being organized by some other kind of source or energy. The fact that trusting is coming in reverse, I really don't like that. That's kind of scary. Very scary here. Let me clarify. Let me see what shadow energy says here. Tell me what this trusting is that's in reverse. This is kind of, this right here is kind of like, I don't know, for those of you who are not biblically inclined, it's okay. I'm going to say what I see here biblically, and then I'm going to tell you in layman terms for those of you who don't really know too much about the Bible. In the Bible, God said to the devil, "Have you tried my servant Job?" God already knew that Job would not betray God, despite of whatever sermon blockages or challenges that the devil would put Job through. Whether that was taking from, just all of the things that the challenge that I'm referencing to will be challenges where a person is at a crossroad where they sell themselves to the devil to get them out of the situation or circumstance that they're in. That's a challenge. And here, this doesn't feel like God is saying, "Have you tried the viewer?" This is just a regular source field where the devil is doing his check-in on his territory. Okay, but one thing I will say this so that some of you guys won't feel like you're being left out. Just know that you're on good territory. It's just you can have hell on earth, or you can have heaven on earth, or you can be in between. And I am talking to a specific individual where this is not as above, so below, where this is kind of like it has happened before, or where in the ethers, it's happening at the same time that it's happening in a 3D where it's mirroring itself. This specific situation is where the devil himself is doing the devil is doing its check-in in its territory. And it's kind of like you're being cloaked or whatever, because this trusting that's in reverse here, the fact that this trusting is in reverse, this is saying that the person is not trusting neither side, nor the devil, nor God, nor the universe. It's kind of like someone is hell bent, where it's kind of like you're not understanding why you are facing certain challenges or you're going through a certain event in your life. And what I don't like about this is it feels helpless. It feels like, your next decision depends on your life. And I don't want you to throw your life away because you're not understanding why you're going through what you're going through or the situation that you're in. So I want you to be patient. Let's go ahead and take a look at the shadow energy here, because when you hold on, tell me about this shadow energy justice here. All right, so you are in control. You just have to make the decision to cut the ties of whatever situation or challenge you're in. So let's just say, hypothetically, the challenge is scarcity, right? You're tired of having to have this challenge of being at the bottom of the toll pole, or having lack of funds, or not being able to do what you need to do in life, or this sense of struggle, this sense of being poor. And you're just like, you know what, this is the moment where you could say, hey, I changed the trajectory. Okay. This is not the time where you need to understand why there's the challenge and situation. This is the time where you take your mind off of the challenge, our surmount blockage, and you focus on severing the tie. What commitment? I was just literally just writing this down because I was going to post on my personal social media, and let me go ahead and share this with you. It kind of ties in together when it comes down to understanding what it means not to worry about what people think. And the overall conclusion that I was going to give my viewers was to write down and make it clear, plain, so that you can understand your contract and get to work and in the area of discipline. So just know, severing this tie meaning you're going to create a contract with yourself, and then that's when you become enlightened of what discipline you're going to participate in, that removes you from this scarcity, that takes you out of experiencing this challenge that you're experiencing. And then just understand that once you receive this understanding, and once you vow that you're going to participate in this discipline, and this discipline is nothing in a sense of putting you on timeout. It has nothing to do with torture. It has to do with you, a sworn contract that you create, saying that for now on, I am not going to participate or experience this type of challenge anymore. Now I understand. And the fact that you understand now, the understanding is with you with eternity. So there's no one to blame. So if anything else arises of the experience that you're going to get ready to sever the tie, it would be, you have to take full accountability. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's see what this is. It has to do with a lot of timing. There's a lot of timing in this spread. And we'll take a look at why there's different time frames here. You have 1 week here, 9 weeks here, interest, fire. It was coming in reverse, as you saw, and I think that's just because I just moved the card, so we're not gonna be like, oh, it was going. No, it was me lifting up the card. Negative thinking is coming in reverse. 1 week, 9 weeks together, that's 10 weeks. 10 represents beginning and completions, and you have interest, and you have this fire. Okay, so let's just hypothetically say the severed tie, the challenges have been removed. You're operating in this discipline. The first week, right? It's going to be a challenge, but it's not the same challenge. Okay, with the interest here, it's not a taxing interest. This is more so of this attraction, this alluring attraction that I was channeling in the beginning of this session. And just understanding when it is a mysterious alluring attraction, you're going to attract people who are not for you. You're going to attract people who are for you, and you're going to attract people who are against you. So you want to be very mindful of that, to not contaminate your fire energy. Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. if you're not understanding how I'm interpreting this spread, then this is not your message. And that's okay. We're going to do more spreads. Just bear with me. You have these 9 weeks here, which I'm going to take a look at, and you have negative thinking. So this is progress. Okay. Cutting that severed tie from the previous deck that we had here with the copy, trusting in reverse, and 8 in reverse. Okay. So for some of you, just to give you a peace of mind, this is breaking generational patterns, generational curses, your own curses that you place upon yourself. What I love about this is that you're cloaked where the devil making its rounds, checking to see who's supposed to be here and who's, what I mean? You're being cloaked. So it's kind of like you're not the one that gets away, you're the one that the devil knows that you cannot be tried for the. So that's kind of why you're able to sever the snake's tail. Negative thinking. Tell me about this 1 week. Give me an IM message. Just understand that once the snake's tail is cut off, the snake tail grows again. But when the snake tail grows again, the contract of the enlightenment is good. So you are severing the negative, replacing it with the positive. But just know that once you're enlightened about what you need to do when it comes to discipline, there is you have to take full accountability. You have gratitude here, clarifying 1 week. So everything will feel like a fresh. So for some of you who are saying, SGL, I'm not feeling that right now, you're being asked to write down what are your challenges currently and be realistic. So let's just say, you need to pay bills. Okay, do you have enough energy to work a second job? Are you able to position yourself to look at other avenues where you can bring additional income? Do you have to downsize? Do you have to remove yourself? This is the part where the policy is, where you are honest with yourself. Okay. And once you're honest with yourself, this gratitude is ignited and it aligns you. So the first week you're gonna feel a sense of a newness where it's just kind of like, wow, I should have did this yesterday, or I should have did this a week ago. I don't want you to thank me. I'm here to serve you. I'll give all the praises and the gratitude to the Most High, because if I don't submit and be submissive into what divine tells me to do and how to show up, divine is still working on me. And so I'm very honored to be able to deliver this message to you. Tell me this 9 weeks, please, for the collective. Positive action. So the fact that I know that these cards turned in reverse, we're not even going to acknowledge it. Just keep your word with faithfulness here when it comes to you now taking accountability and disciplining yourself. Okay. So this is good. When it comes to gratitude, it says, I am aware of the light in my life. I direct my thoughts to the beauty in and around me. I give thanks to God for every little thing that brings me joy. Thus, I enlighten my thoughts. Riches surrounded me, and I appreciate all life brings me. So for some of you, you're getting ready to sever the ties of scarcity. And, you don't have to remind yourself, oh, I'm never going to be like that again, because the universe, or should I say the devil himself, will orchestrate for you to be challenged again. So don't what is it called? Don't poke the bear. Okay. Don't poke the bear when you get out of this scarcity. Just know that moving forward, that you triumphed out of a situation that was supposed to keep you bound. So with the recovery here, you need to keep positive action with your fire energy. Okay, so this is taking care of self, treating yourself like royalty. You treat yourself like royalty, the universe will do the same. It says, I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I want you to understand what I said here. You are not practicing royalty in the sense of believing that people are going to treat you like royalty. This is the universe serving you as royal. Okay, so it says, I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go and entrust God. Okay, so with the 1 week and the 9 weeks, that brings in the completion. So it's up to you if you're going to take accountability when it comes to the contract of severing the things that no longer served you, that had you bound, scarcity for the most part. Um, that's going to be cut away. But the fact that the snake has bitten you, this is kind of like an oath of truth and the enlightenment that moving forward you are now accountable. But what I love about this interest with the fire, this is a nice combination. Okay, you definitely I wish I could really tell you in entail on how you can maintain your disciplinership. Um, it's very clear. Remove the negative thinking and don't allow anyone to position themselves into your life moving forward who are negative thinkers themselves and project negativity on you. So when it comes to people, places, or things, you have to be honest with yourself on whom you're going to sever ties with regards to people, places, or things. Now, if you know that it's someone you love and you know that they're just a negative person, ask divine to teach you how to incorporate your life with theirs, and so that you are no longer impacted in a negative way based off of them verbally casting negativity on your life. And it's not to send it back to them, it's just to protect you. All right, you have truth coming in. I serve daily life here in reverse. 4 months in reverse. L in reverse. And I just want to say that when I channel, it can come from personal experiences so that I can be able to explain to you. And like I said, I'm a part of the collective, but one thing I will not do is project my personal life onto you. But what I will say is I will manipulate my experience to be able to explain sometimes, because my definition of poor, it may not be the definition of poor to you. My definition of poor is someone who lacks the knowledge of what rich is. Rich does not have anything to do with tangible things. Premium has nothing to do with tangible things. And so I think of things in a bigger perspective. I don't think of things in the low spectrum. So just know that I have your best interest at heart, and I'm here to serve you. And I don't kiss ass. Okay, but one thing I will say is I don't want no one's blood on my hands. This is nothing to play about. Okay, I'm not a reader here to recruit people to become some type of organization where you're manipulating and being told to twirl around 2 times and dance in a circle and toss some salt in the air. No, I don't play about this. So when I am channeling, don't assume that this is just me talking out of sight of my neck, okay? So let's just make that very clear. I just had to make that announcement when it comes to truth, okay? If there is something that you do not understand or comprehend, make sure you utilize the comment section while I am live, okay? If you email me at spiritualguideandlight@gmail.com, it's first come, first serve. Normally, if you need a fast response, just message me through the comment section and I will respond to you. For the most part, when I receive the comments, they are private, so everyone doesn't see the comments, okay? That's how protective and how much you matter to me. So if it's something you don't want public, I will respond to you. But for the most part, let's just go ahead and move forward. We got messages to get through. I have other business to attend to. We have seer in reverse, intuitive in reverse, and I don't need cards to read energy. That part. Intuitive, we have Taurus coming through, and we have Tuesday. Okay. This kind of feels like the first week, and then moving forward. So it's telling me for 4 months you were experiencing a loss, and that's just because you gave up with intuitive and seer. You gave up. For those of you, if you're wondering if someone is responsible for juju or anything, like, yes, it was a Taurus, and they did it on a Tuesday. And normally spell work, it only goes through on certain moon phases. So the past full moon or something, or the crescent moon, I'm not really for sure. I don't do moon work. I really don't know anything about it. I don't dabble in anything I don't know about. You get what I'm saying? Don't open no doors that you cannot close. Whoever, just one moment. Hello? 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 I can get the next previous one. Yeah. Yes, it's the following week. Okay, thank you. Uh-huh. All right. So a Taurus is responsible for some of you who um a Taurus is responsible for doing some type of moon magic. What is the consequences? What you don't see? Yeah, 9 of Wands. Who? Oh, yep. Confirmation. A Taurus did moon magic, split in the deck, 6 of Swords. But guess what? It was this negative work was your blessing. If you didn't go through this, you wouldn't be going through this transformation, cutting off the ties of scarcity. There was something that I was trying to tell you, and that had to do with your alluring, this mysterious part of the alluring part. Um, I need you to discipline yourself because there will be aspects that are dormant within yourself that you don't even know that are there. And it can forge it will cancel your contract. So you want to be mindful. I think you need to write down your weaknesses and then write down how you're going to prevent yourself from falling for those weaknesses, and so that whenever you become weak, the universe will show you ahead of time of the things that are dormant within yourself, so you have the opportunity to choose whether or not you forfeiting your contract is worth it. So it's kind of like, let's say, like for instance, I stopped smoking cigarettes, right? And there have been a lot of juju work being coming towards me to get me to smoke a cigarette again based off of being triggered. See, regards to me, the way that I smoked nicotine in the past, I was never stressed out. I smoked cigarettes because I enjoyed it. And the negative part of in the past when I was smoking cigarettes, I smoked cigarettes to keep people away from me. Also, it also positioned me to be able to see those who did not mean me no well, because normally if a female is smoking cigarettes, that tells uh, their predator that you are stressed, so they come in and they manipulate and you become a victim to that person. So it's kind of like I use smoking cigarettes for a benefit, but also it was a downfall because I was um, my temple, my insides, I could have um, showed up for the collective more than being under the influence of a nicotine, under a chemical. And reason why I'm sharing this with you is because um, by you writing down your weaknesses, you're telling the universe that you're aware of your weaknesses and you're taking accountability of those weaknesses. And so the universe is being forced to reveal to you of the dormant things that are within inside yourself, so that you can make the choice whether or not you're going to forfeit this contract of removing the scarcity out of your life. Because if you forfeit the contract, you're saying you're willing to go through another level of scarcity. Okay. So for instance, for me, let's say if I wasn't if I didn't comprehend, if I wasn't intellectual of understanding when people throw certain type of juju towards me to get me, they thought that if I get triggered, that will pull me to smoke a cigarette again. First of all, purchasing the cigarette, that is being sentenced. Oh, let's go all the way back to the first part. The moment of being triggered, I have the opportunity to say, you know what? I'm going to get through this. I'm going to take accountability versus, oh, I'm triggered. F the world. Fuck it. I'm going to go purchase a cigarette. And I'm going to be sentenced for forfeiting my contract. I'm going to be sentenced for the time travel to go purchase the cigarette. I'm then going to be sentenced for purchasing the cigarette. Then I'm going to be sentenced for unlocking the box to smoke the cigarette. Oh, don't forget, if I have to purchase a lighter, I'm going to be sentenced for that fire energy, right? And using my free will to ignite that fire, to ignite something. Because tobacco is not there's nothing wrong with tobacco. Tobacco is only supposed to be used for sacred ritual. It is not supposed to be used for a regular life fulfillment or for entertainment purposes to your character that a role that a person plays every day. So tobacco is misused. Tobacco is not supposed to be open to the public. So tobacco is only supposed to be available to high priestess. Okay, but moving forward, so not only would I be on trial for all of those things, the moment that I light. So it's kind of like, do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to help you. I'm assisting you so that in case, you are weak and there's a possibility, it's not a crossroad, because I would say a crossroad, the where you would forfeit your contract because you can't continue to discipline yourself from the level that you passed, called scarcity. If you're saying you want to go through another level of scarcity, just know that it's going to be harder than it was from the level that you just came out of. All right. So that's one thing that the universe is required to do. You made it plain, you wrote it down. The universe is going to say, hey, well, this is what's within you if you choose to forfeit your contract. This is what's going to be resurrected out of you. And you want to be careful with that. Give me an I am message for this spread. Peace. And also the reason why I had smoked cigarettes the way I did in the past, I don't smoke, just let you guys know, it's been a year. I have not put a cigarette to my mouth. Congratulations to me, right? Not only because I enjoyed it, and I'm not magnifying it any type of way. I'm just saying the sacrifice that I made and said, you know what, divine, I want you to use me to the full capacity till you can't use me anymore, to the point to where, you're saying, child, my good servant, just use the knowledge that you have. You don't need anymore, because sometimes too much knowledge can break us. And you know how there's this person who wants to save the whole wide world, and it's no, just pick the area where God is saying you're good at, or where you say you're good at, because some people can unalive, I don't want to say that. I'll just say that, in this moment, let's send strength to those who are part of the collective, who are trying to save the whole wide world. And that's not their job that's not their job. Okay. And there's the peace. But moving forward, for some of you, I'm going to be honest, you're going to forfeit your contract. I have to tell you the truth. Some of you are. And I do believe that this new level of scarcity that you will go through is going to then bring peace into your life. So when it comes to peace, but for those of you who are going to maintain your discipline and do what you're supposed to do, your challenge is maintaining peace. And so that's going to be the trigger. So that's what's dormant, is this disruption that would trigger you to just say, you know what, F you, and you even saying F yourself, right? So you want to be careful. You got this. I know you do. It says, I am unwavering in the face of fear. I come to the senses and embrace challenge. I am determined to think with gentleness and calm. I find inner silence and become a manifestation of peace. This is beautiful. And one thing I want to share with you guys, and I'm not glorifying it, like smoking, the way that I was smoking cigarettes, it did bring me peace. And the reason why it brought me peace is because as a Black female, I would smoke cigarettes so that I wouldn't be a target to be stolen for my organs and all that stuff. So, but at the same time, I got so used to smoking that it just went out of control. And I'm very grateful that I have no intentions of smoking another cigarette. I can't stand the smell of it. I didn't even like the smell of cigarettes when I was smoking. And it's just so crazy. As much cigarettes that I smoked in the past, I didn't smell like, you would never knew that I smoked cigarettes unless I showed you. That's how private I was. And if I showed you I smoked cigarettes, I could care less if you told anyone. They wouldn't believe you at all. Anywho, this piece, for those of you who are going to keep your contract of saying you're done with dealing with scarcity, your challenge is maintaining peace, and it could trigger you to forfeit your contract, and some of you will experience the next level of scarcity, and it's a harder level. Okay, so be careful. Give me a self-care message, please. And I'm going to conclude this one, and I'm going to go live and start another session because I don't want the messages that came through in this session were heavy, and I do not want them to be mixed up with any other spreads. So, self-care message, thank you. All right, it's a no. All right, some of you are going to be afraid to take the leap of faith. For some of you, you are not ready to discipline yourself, so you're going to stay at the level of scarcity that you're in. So eventually, you need to take accountability if you're ready to change whatever this scarcity is. Mindset, the experience, the environment, life itself. All right, what's up in the air is security. You want to change this, but I'm going to tell you, everyone's situation is different. I was having this conversation with this black gentleman in a gas station, and I'm a bold person, especially if I don't know something or I'm curious about something. I've never been afraid to communicate. And so when I was walking into the gas station, there's a black cashier talking to another gentleman, and they were having this conversation. And I caught the end of the conversation where the other guy was saying, life is a catch-22. And he was saying how life is a catch-22. He was talking about some Mexicans, how some Mexicans come from Mexico every 4 months. They'll come work in the U.S. for 4 months, and then they'll go back to Mexico to work for 4 months. And they said it's a catch-22 because they're still not prospering doing it that way, and it's just a lot. And I told the cashier, I said, the guy took off, and I'm not gonna lie, I was being nosy because I wanted to know, because with the way that the guy was reflecting, I was like, he just wants to say, he just wants to sound like he knows what he's talking about. And I know that because sometimes when I communicate to people who are not on the same comprehension level as I am. So to them, it sounds like I just want to. I'm just wanting my conversation to sound like it's good, but for the most part, sometimes I use certain terms in the wrong place because I look at things at a bigger perspective. And so once someone sits down and actually breaks down what I'm saying, they're like, oh shit, she was right. I know, but moving forward. So I asked the guy, I was like, why is he trying to sound like, he just wants to sound good? Like, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. And so then the cashier, the black guy, was like, no, he broke it down to me and said how it's unfair how they have to come to the U.S. and go back and forth. And I didn't even know that was happening. So this, I was informed about something. And then I asked the cashier, I said, how do you feel about the American dream? And this is where this comes in. He said to me that everyone's American dream is different. And most people who want to experience the American dream don't get to experience the American dream because of their circumstances. And this is where I want to tell you how I feel about the American dream. Now, despite of your situation or circumstances, yes, it's easy for us to blame people. Some of us just have to work twice as harder than the other person has to. So once we get out of self of worrying about how everyone else is living the American dream, you need to write down, what do you need to do to get out of the scarcity so that you can live the American dream? And the first of all, for some of you, you'll be able to live the American dream of your desire once you accept the fact that you have housing, clothing, clean water. Once you accept the basics, then you get to experience more. If you can't even acknowledge what you already possess, that's why rich, my definition of rich, is different from others. Some people think that they have to have some name brand something to be considered rich. Some people feel like they have to be able to show off a band of money to feel rich. There's so many people in the world, and I'm speaking of America to be specific, where some people's picket fence is just having a rooster and a few chickens and, a tent outside. Everyone's American dream is different. And it just feels like I am talking to the collective to where you know what you want, but unfortunately, you are not ready to put in the work to get it. And once you do that, you'll be able to do that. So if the fact that these cards represent self-care, this means is you are not willing or ready to take care of yourself. You are codependent and you need to stop it. You need to break codependency and be independent. Yes, independent, there's responsibilities when it comes to independence. When it comes to the security that's up in the air, it says true security comes from having a reserve of time, space, energy, personal power, and love. Make deposits in all of these accounts, and you'll be a wealthy person indeed. So the accounts you need to deposit your security is to time, space, energy, personal power, and love. Okay. And you'll be able to do that once you sever off that tie of scarcity. And you have a move here which you are saying no to. It says a long walk is good for the soul. Get outside and allow Mother Nature to lift your spirits. For others of you who are already outside, you need to change your environment that you are in outside so that you can feel this new refresh. And I believe that showed in the second spread that was on the table. Moving forward, let me give your angel guide message. For those of you who have short attention spans, it's okay. This live will be available to you when you need. Okay? All right. Angel guide message for this session. All right. So there's a lot of negative thinking, and positive thinking came out twice. Negative thinking came in reverse. So get out of the scarcity mindset. Remove negative thinking. You have this, you're blocking a miracle. And like I said at the beginning of the spread, when it came down to for those of you when it comes to a belief system, you have holy love here. It's kind of like, God, you've forgotten about me, or why am I being cursed, or why is it that I'm living hell on earth? And it's saying that no, you choose what heaven you want to live on earth. Is that hell, heaven, in between? And they call it the in between of heaven. What is it? The holding place. You don't have to be in a holding place. I want you to live. And I'm not going to make it seem like, it's an easy task to be able to live. Okay? It is not easy. So just know that I do understand. Okay? Your overall angel guide message is manifestation. You're not going to be able, your angel guides is saying, we're ready when you are. And the way you're looking at it, you think this is in reverse, my love. This is coming in reverse. Give me overall angel guide message. You're not wanting to hear anything. transformation. When you're ready, your angel guides will be ready too. When you're ready for this transformation, you'll know. That's the one thing about free will. You're not being forced to do anything. Once you're tired of this scarcity, you'll be ready. All right. It says when this card appears, let's go ahead and get this stuff out of the way that you have no interest in at this time. And the things you don't have interested in is this cloak of holy love, expecting a miracle and being open to it, and manifestation. Okay. Being rained on by the angels that serve you. But anywho, you have, it says when this card appears, angels are acknowledging the emotional and physical transformation that has taken place in your life. Okay. So this is saying that you have been having transformations, but you haven't acknowledged those, or you are unable to comprehend that you've been going through transformation experiences. They can see you more clearly now that you have released the old fussy thoughts. It says they can see you more clearly now that you have released the old fussy thoughts and situations. There is a feeling of renewal now, and you are moving into a space where you are more comfortable than ever with who you are. You have a spark of splendor burning in the depths of your being, and this spark is creating positive and loving experiences for you now. It's time to enjoy the benefits of your commitment and growth. So when you are ready for this transformation, this is a good outcome. It's a good outcome, viewer. Okay. All right. I love you. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle. And 2, we meet again.